Happy Sunday, everybody. Happy Father's Day as well. We're joined by a very special guest today. You guys recognize him if you're Hog fans, Jordan Walsh, who is actually getting ready for the NBA draft right now, which is coming up in just a few days in New York. But Jordan, you're actually in LA, correct?
I am. I'm in LA right now.
That's awesome. And how has your preparation been like for the draft so far?
It's been great, just being able to be a part of that process and be able to meet so many great people and be able to play against guys I grew up playing against. It means so much, and that's the beauty of it. Being able to be able to actually be a part of it. Like that's the best part.
And your draft party will actually be in your hometown, correct?
Absolutely, and nowhere better than Dallas.
Why did you want to have it there, and how excited are you to be surrounded by friends and family during such a pivotal moment of your career?
I mean, it's I'm super excited, and like you said, just being able to be around friends and family, that's what makes life, valuable. Being able to have those people who you can share those moments with, and that's the most important thing you can have. So for me to be able to share this dream come true with my family and friends and people closest to me, like it means the world more than they know for sure.
How many friends and family are you going to have there? Do you have a number?
I think it'll be about 35, 40 people there.
That's a
It's a
good
good
amount.
number.
That's a good amount. You're going to have a little party going there. I love that. I'm super
Sure.
excited to see where you get called coming up on Thursday. But hey, let's pivot now and talk a little bit about the NBA. Did you have a favorite team growing up or one that you always thought about playing for?
So I didn't have a particular team. I was kind of more of a fan of, just the NBA in general. I love just being able to watch, teams play against each other and all stars compete. That was the joy I got as a kid. So that's more where I am. Not really a particular team, but the whole NBA as a whole for sure.
Well, I'm sure you had a favorite player. Do you have someone that you're excited to play with or against maybe in your NBA career?
I definitely had a favorite player. Kevin Durant was my favorite player. He was so entertaining growing up. Obviously now in this stage of my life, I'm looking forward to being able to play against him. If I get to play with him, that's cool too. But to be able to compete against a guy like that means the world to me. So that's what I can't wait for.
Oh, I'm sure it's going to be super exciting. Kevin, do you have any questions for Jordan? I'm sure you do.
You know I do. And by the way, we're back with Jordan. We did this over a year ago when he first, or just after he had pledged to Arkansas, and so this is our second time. And it's so it's not that long ago, but the stakes are so much different now, Jordan. And so I do have some questions, especially for guys like you that come in as a 5 star and you got one and done projections. You get that one season in college, and so you got to make those memories for, I guess, last for a lifetime in that one year. Talk about some of the positives and some of the positive memories you're going to have, whether it's game situations, fans, just kind of your kind of recapping your season at Arkansas as far as what you took out of it as positives.
I mean, it was great. Like a lot of people say, college is the best time of your life. And, although I was only there for a year, it was also the greatest time of my life that I've had this far. I've met some of my best friends there. I met some of the greatest people in college. And I've also met mentors and leaders. And, to have that experience and to have those people in my life now doesn't go unnoticed. I thank all of them for being a part of my life and a part of my progression to where I am now. So it was a great time playing for Coach Muss, playing with my team. It was an all around great experience for me for sure.
Arkansas is going to be well represented in this NBA draft. Up to 4 Hogs, including yourself, expected to be drafted. When you think about the makeup of that team and playing with those guys, and for all 4 of you, it was your one year. It was one year at Arkansas. So was there kind of a brotherhood there? What was the vibe like, knowing, hey, I'm playing with other guys who are going to be in just a few months, we're going to be playing at the highest level?
I mean, it means a lot, to always have that daily competition and practice. It's great it creates for a great environment for everybody to get better. And I feel like that also is a great reflection on Coach Muss, for what he did to be able to get those guys there and put them in a position where they can be successful. I feel like that's what matters, and that's what his job is, and that's what he did a great job of. Obviously, he's been doing it for years, so we're not surprised. Um, but that's what he's been doing, and I'm just glad that I was be able to be a part of it for sure.
Well, you had some really big games along the way to a Sweet 16, but just watching your maturation and development, I really thought in postseason especially when you matched up with two guys that are projected future pros as well. When you talk about Coleman Hawkins at Illinois, and then the job you did on the Big 12 Player of the Year, Jalen Wilson, to help Arkansas beat the top seed Kansas in your region. When you think about your performances defensively and maybe even taking another step, did you see that you had raised the bar in postseason? And did that give you, if you did see it that way, I want to hear your words. But did that give you extra confidence and motivation going on it, helping you make this decision to go on to the next level of basketball?
Kevin, I'm a big winner guy. I'm a guy who loves to win, and being in March Madness, that's the only thing that matters is winning. And so for us to be able to win, Coach wanted me to guard Jalen, and I was like, oh, I'll take that challenge for sure. Whatever gives us that extra advantage, like I'll do it. And so we got there. He told me to guard him, lock him down. That's what I did. Help the team win, and we were able to move on. Which is the atmosphere in March Madness itself is crazy. But to be able to do it with guys that you've been knowing for years, like AB and Nick, to be able to share that moment with them, it's even more special. And especially when you're doing it for the first time with a coach like Coach Muss, it makes things that much more special.
Well, certainly there was a play in that game. Sometimes fans overlook sometimes the smallest things if they don't land on a stat sheet. And it was your battle for that offensive rebound off a free throw that got you ricocheted the ball back to Ricky. You guys got more free throws out of that. And that was really the point where Kansas was really, it could no longer be a back and forth lead. Now Kansas was playing from downhill with not much time left. Do you remember that play? And are these the kind of things when you're talking to NBA teams that they point out, because you always, they're going to look at your stats, but are they looking at the plays you made that affect winning?
I do remember that play like it was yesterday. Me and Kamani lining up on the free throw line. And I was like, Kamani, I'm just going to run straight to you. You run straight towards me and we'll make an X. And he was like, no, Jordan, spin off of him and get the rebound. And I was like, that's weird, but I'll do it for sure. So I did it, and the ball just ended up being right there. And I was like, I got a hand on it and tipped it back to Ricky, and he was able to get another layup. So, it'd be small moments, small teaching moments like that from somebody like Kamani, means the most. And it helped me to be able to focus in that moment and be able to achieve what they wanted me to achieve. And it was special for sure. Those small things that I could do to affect winning, like tipping that ball or diving on the floor, those small things that can affect winning that I can do without having to score the ball. Like, those things are important, and I hope that NBA teams do pick up on that, because I feel like those are things that can build a championship team and a championship program.
Yeah. Well, that's well said. And look, you've been projected from day one to the next level as a 3-and-D wing. They like to put labels, some positionless basketball, something Muss talks about. But if you project as a 3-and-D wing, what you went into in the combine, I think you really helped yourself when you looked at it. Your per 36-minute numbers, you nearly averaged a double double in the 40 minutes you played. Excuse me, a triple double. And in the 40 total minutes you played, you did get a triple double. Talk about that stat line and your ability to show more than just one thing and how you could impact the game, checking more than one or two boxes.
For sure, I think versatility is an important thing, important skill to have going into the NBA, and being able to affect the game and not just scoring. Because as a rookie, you might not get the ball to be able to score. You're gonna have to go get rebounds. You're gonna have to make simple plays. I feel like those small things that may get overlooked by some people who don't really know basketball and don't really look at this and only look at the stat sheet. Those small things like diving on the floor, like, that's not going to show up in the stat sheet, but it helps winning. I feel like those small things that can affect winning are the most important for sure.
No doubt about it. And so when you have gone through your process, obviously you made a decision to stay in the draft. You've gone through your process, and so when you look back at it, the whole season at Arkansas and now this process with just a few more days to go, how does Jordan Walsh feel right now heading into the draft? Because it's on the doorstep. We're basically on the eve of it, and you've come a long way since just over a year ago being a high school senior.
For sure, I'm excited. I've worked hard for this moment. Um, I've gotten to be able to put myself in the position that I'm in to be able to have a chance at getting drafted. And that's been a dream since day one, since I started to pick up a basketball. I knew that one day I wanted to be a professional. I wanted to play in the NBA. And being this close to my dream, just a couple of days away, like, it's really soaking in that it's possible that I can achieve this. And I know if I can, that means a million other people can. So to be able to set that groundwork for people like me, I mean, it's real important, and I feel like that's really what it's all about.
Well, I know Razorback fans are savvy to your impact and what you meant to a team that made it to the Sweet 16. And I think we've gotten to ask you some really good questions today. Whenever we wrap these things up, I always say this: is there something we didn't cover, or is there just something you want to tell the fan base, or something you want to share about Jordan Walsh to the Razorback Nation?
Of course, for me to be in the position that I am now, I couldn't do it alone. I had trainers like, Aaron, Josh, Coach Stokes, who helped me and got me better to get into this position. But it wasn't just them alone. It was also the fans and the staff and my teammates at Arkansas who built me up through the year and through the process to get me to where I am now. And obviously, I want to thank all of them because they played a bigger role than they could imagine. Obviously, with the constant love from the fans, like it's been so important to me, and that's why I say, once a hog, always a hog. Hogs for life.
I
Man,
absolutely love that.
For
that's
sure.
big time, Jordan.
Thank you.
That is awesome. Well, we so appreciate you spending a little bit of your day with us, Jordan, today. And we wish you the best of luck next week with the draft. I know Hog fans are very excited to see where you will end up and watch your career as it unfolds.
For sure. Thank you guys.
Thank you, Jordan. Good luck, man. I'll be in New York City. You'll be in Dallas. Big night coming up, and good luck to you, and best wishes moving forward.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.